welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury beauty. And today we are talking about one of my very favorite things, lipstick. So I have here the Givenchy Le Rouge Sheer Velvet lipsticks. This is the new line from Givenchy, and they are available on Sephora right now. However, I think like all but one or two of the shades are sold out at the moment. They are arriving at Saks as well, and they might actually be there today. I'm not sure, but they should be coming very, very soon to Saks, and then of course other retailers as well. So the Saks New York location is where, you know, they have like exclusive Givenchy items. They get a lot of things first. For example, they have the Givenchy holiday collection, which I have ordered. So they have that, you know, in advance before everybody else. They also have like exclusive fragrances and things like that. So anyway, if you are looking for something from Givenchy and you can't find it anywhere else, definitely check the Saks New York City location. I will leave my SA's name and phone number down below. Her name's Amber. And a lot of times when I'm looking for something and I can't find it, you know, she is able to get that for me. So let's move on to the actual lipsticks. These here, I do want to mention, these were gifted to me by Chrissy Noga from Givenchy. So thank you so much, Chrissy. I have to say right at the beginning, I really love these. So we're going to talk about these, and I've got a wear test and demos of these, and we're going to do swatches and everything as well. But first, a little information about the product. So these are refillable. Now, right now, there are only 4 shades that are available in the refills. So if you were to purchase a refill, there are only 4 shades available. However, they are working on, you know, at some point in the future, making them all available as refills. However, all the packaging is refillable. So if you purchase a shade and use it up and then you want to pick a new shade and it does come in a refill, you can do that. So the shades that are available as a refill are number 37 and 36, which are the 2 most popular. They're the 2 best sellers for all of Givenchy lipsticks in general. So they're both reds. 37 is a warm red, 36 is a brighter, cooler tone red. And then we have 27 and 16. This one here is 16. I also have 37. There are 10 shades total in this line in the US, but other countries there is an 11th. So let me show you the refill. So if you were to purchase the refill, this is what you get. So if you're going to save your packaging, save the base and save the case, and then your refill will just go right in there. Okay, so Givenchy is working on making all of their items refillable in the next few years. So right now, if you take a look, they do have refills available for a lot of things like skincare. I mean, they're one of the few luxury brands where I see refills available for the skincare instead of purchasing the whole container again. So yeah, it's a work in progress. So this is the lipstick. And there it is all the way up. And because these are refillable and you can take it out like this, the actual product name is on the side here. So you can see that when it's clipped in here. You can see it, it's right there above the base. So it says Le Rouge Sheer Velvet 16, and then there's like a batch code. So the bottom does not have the number on it. So that way, if you do refill it with a different shade, you know, you don't have the wrong product number on there. The case for these, this is velvet, and you can see it's like a dusty rose color. We've got the Givenchy here, the 4G logo up here, and these clip in. So you can see this little bit here will snap in. So this is the actual product. So if you look at the box, it does say rechargeable, refillable. These are 3.4 grams or 0.12 ounces, and they are made in France. You've got information here on the back. They have a 12-hour wear time. They're supposed to be hydrating for 24 hours. And one of the best things about this product, and this is the part that I think most people are really going to be interested in, is the fact that these are very, very buildable lipsticks. So right now I have it applied with a lip brush, and this is a very light sheer layer essentially, right? So you can put it on from the bullet with a light sheer layer. You can add another, and you keep increasing in intensity. One of the great things about that, and one of the things I think differs from other lipsticks that are meant to be buildable, the sheer layers that you put on go on very evenly. So it doesn't look patchy, even with the deeper colors. So right now, let's just take a second. I'm going to cut to the clips of the lip swatches so you can see that in action. And for each one of those, we have 1, 2, and 3 layers so you can see how the color builds. So take a look. So while you are watching these colors build on the lips, I'm going to share with you a little information about these products. According to Givenchy, new cutting-edge technology is fusing soft powder pigments with intense lip care. The result is Le Rouge Sheer Velvet, a powdery soft matte lipstick with the healing power of a lip balm. This luxurious lipstick is enrobed in pink velvet and contains blurring, smoothing, and petal soft ingredients. So as I mentioned, it does come in 10 shades here in the US. There is an 11th shade that it does say online exclusive on the Givenchy website, so that might become available here in the US as an online exclusive, but it's actually started off as an exclusive to Asian countries. So, depending on where you live, you might be able to find that. That is shade number 34. It is like a burnt orange shade. So other than that, the other 10 shades are available here in the US. Now, one of the reasons that these sheer velvet lipsticks start off so buildable is for flexibility. You can use a sheer layer in the morning, go to work that way, or, wear it throughout the day and you have like that lighter, softer look. And then you can easily just add more layers later on in the day to have something more impactful for a nighttime look. Now, as I mentioned, these lipsticks have a 12-hour wear time and they are hydrating on the lips for 24 hours, according to Givenchy. And some of the key ingredients here, we have wild mango butter inside in order to moisturize and protect your lips. You've got vitamin E for nourishing, and we've got plant-based waxes for a comfortable, smooth application. And then the soft focus blurring powders, they're going to give you that smooth and then softly blurred effect on your lips. Now let's go over my thoughts on these lipsticks. I have to say that I do really, really love these lipsticks. I think the formula on these is really great. Now I've also been recently trying the new Suku Sheer Mattes. Guerlain is also coming out with some sheer mattes very soon. So I'm waiting for those, and then we will have a comparison video with all of them. But right now, one of the major differences that I noticed between the Suku and the Givenchy is the way the sheer layers go on. The Givenchy sheer layers are going to be, first of all, you can get it lighter, more sheer. The Suku's a little bit more opaque. And I feel like the Givenchy application looks a little bit more even when you go with a sheer layer versus building it up. So those are going to be the two major differences that I see between those two lipsticks at this time. So I will continue to test them, and we'll add in the Guerlain. And if there are some other sheer matte lipsticks that you are interested in seeing, please let me know down below in the comments or DM me at Alexis Jong. Now, as for these actual lipsticks, I'm very happy that these are, refillable packaging. I love the Givenchy packaging. I always think it's very chic, and yeah, I'm happy to see it refillable so it's not, so wasteful when you finish up a tube. And let's take a look at some swatches here. So this one here is number 16, Nude Boise. I'm just going to build it up down here at the base so you can see that. And this is a really beautiful, it's more of a nude rose. So you can see that you've got like a little bit of a beigey nude look to it, but it's mixed with a cooler tone rose. So this works really well for neutral and slightly cooler skin tones, in my opinion. The other shade that I have is number 37, Rouge Graine, which I've actually never tried before in any of their formulas, but now that I've tried it, I'm really interested. I always thought it would be too warm for me because it's described as a warm red, but you can see that, you know, both of these shades really just lean warm or cool. They're not overly one way or the other, so they're very wearable. And this shade here is stunning. Every time I wear it now, somebody always asks me what it is. It's just a really, really beautiful shade. So this shade is available, I think, in all of the different Givenchy finishes that they have in their lipsticks. So the Le Rouge Deep Velvet is another favorite formula of mine. Those are going to be your creamier, more opaque velvets. We're going to take a look at those in a second. But what I wanted to mention is this shade is in the holiday collection in special black and gold packaging here. And it's in the Le Rouge Deep Velvet formula. So we're going to take a look at the Givenchy Le Rouge Deep Velvets for color comparisons. So you can see these come in a red velvet case. And I believe they do have refillable versions of these now as well. The ones that I have are from, I think, prior to when they made them refillable. So this one here is shade number 10, Beige Nude, which is also a shade in the sheer velvets. You can see the opacity difference between the sheer and the deep velvet. You can see that these colors, they actually look fairly similar. But the Beige Nude, you can see there's a little bit more of a mauve tone to it almost. But they do look, they're very close. So this is 16 and this is 10. Since I only have 4 of the velvets, I figure we might as well show them. This is number 14, Rose Boise. And sorry, that's going over my bone there. But yeah, so you can see that's really not going to match, but I figure, you know, if anybody's interested in the colors, I believe this one is also one of the shades included in the sheer velvets, and it's a really beautiful shade. You can see it's kind of like a rosy berry. And then I have 2 reds. So this is L'Interdit, which is another one of the best sellers. And you can see it's a brighter red. It's neutral with a little bit of cooler undertones, but not as cool. You know, it's not going to leave like that pink look to lips. And then this one here is 38, Granat Fume. And you can see that's really much more of a deep plum burgundy shade. So we have 16 and 37 in the sheer velvets. And in the deep velvets, we have 10, 14, 36, and 38. Now, before we move on to my thoughts and opinions on these sheer velvet lipsticks, let's take a look at the wear test, because these do have a 12-hour wear time as stated by Givenchy. So my wear test goes up to 10 hours. So let's take a look at that and then we'll come back and chat. So we are going to do a wear test with this lipstick. This is number 37, Rouge Graine, and I put this on. It has 3 layers. So it's the 3rd layer after the lip swatches there. And then around the edges, I took the Chanel Bois de Rose lip liner in 172 and just went around the edges with that after I had it on. So this is where we are starting, and we'll see how this performs throughout the day. So this is how the lipstick has worn so far. It has been 4 hours, just over 4 hours since I applied it, and I've had lunch and a little bit of snacking, and can see that there has been some wear right here in the center. That's from my water bottle in particular. I have one that has like a little round thing that I put my mouth on. So yeah, you can see I definitely have wear from my water bottle, but not too bad. I think overall it's, aside from that section, everything is wearing very, very well. So it has been about 10 hours now, and you can see this is how it has worn. For dinner, I had a Caesar salad and kept getting the dressing on my lips, so it definitely wiped some of it away, but you can see even with some of the product coming off while eating, it is still there. So it really looks a lot more like the first sheer layer now. And you can see the lip liner around the edges. Again, that's a Chanel lip liner. Those are some of my favorite. They really hold up very well. And yeah, so this is it. So this is how everything has held up throughout the day. Again, it's been about 10 hours since I put everything on. You can see how the lipstick looks from a distance. You know, I could easily just kind of top it with a gloss and it would look okay. Let me show you. This is the Tower 28 lip gloss and it's clear. So you can see that the color, you know, aside from this line from the lip liner here, just kind of get rid of that a little bit. It's definitely still like evenly dispersed. It's just a lot lighter and softer in color. And I think that's great. So I hope that was helpful. Now, if you look at what I have on right now, I have it applied with a lip brush. So I'm gonna cut to that clip so you can see how that applies. So you can see how it compares to putting it on from the bullet versus using a brush. All right, so I'm gonna start off with a lip liner. This is the Givenchy lip liner in number 8, Parma Silhouette. So you can see that I kind of use the side of the pencil a little bit and it's like softly blurred. I'm just taking my finger to kind of blur it a little bit more because I'm using this more so as like a guide for myself and I guess a little bit of a barrier as well. Although I haven't experienced any feathering or bleeding with these lipsticks, but just, you know, just kind of like a little outer edge that's just slightly pigmented. So next I'm going to take number 16, Nude Boise, and I'm going to use a lip brush. This is the Westman Atelier lip brush. I have never used this before, so we're going to see how this lip brush performs. I'm just going to get some directly on the brush, and let's just put this on. Very little there. Let's get more. So that's really just going to give you like a soft stain. It looks like it might be a little bit lighter than doing one sheer layer. Let's just add a little bit more. So there it is with the lip brush, and this application style is recommended if you want to get a blurred lip look. And I'm just not super skilled with lip brushes. I don't use them very often. So I included the pencil, but you don't have to. So I hope that was helpful. And as you can see, after I added the lip gloss after 10 hours, it looked phenomenal still. You know, I think that's a really beautiful shade. And honestly, for people who are afraid of wearing reds, that's a great way to start, is just like dab it on lightly or put it on lightly with a lip brush and then add a clear gloss on, and you still have like a lightly pigmented red. It's a little bit easier. That's how I started wearing reds, at least. And yeah, I just think it's a beautiful color. So 12-hour wear time does not mean that it's going to stay fully, you know, as fully opaque as it was when you started for 12 hours. But what it should indicate is that your lips still look good after 12 hours. You know, even though it might not be the same, everything should still be fairly even and still present on your lips. And I have to say that these did qualify for that, in my opinion. After the last check-in at 10, I did continue to wear it. I had some snacks and so forth before I washed my face off. And yeah, you know, it didn't change. That gloss actually kind of locked everything in. It was just the Tower 28 little clear gloss. I just put that on top, and the color, it didn't budge. So even when I was eating and so forth, you know, the clear gloss came off, no more of the pigment came off. So that really stayed on very, very well. And I have to say that although you could definitely see, you know, the marks from my water bottle that I used throughout the day, it still was fairly even across my lips. And I have also done this, I didn't record it, but I have worn them all day and did not use a water bottle, I used a cup. And because of the way my lips fit on the cup rim, then it actually does not produce that kind of center pattern. So kind of depends what you do, what your habits are, but typically I drink out of a water bottle during the day. So that's gonna be normal for me. As for hydration, I would say that these are not drying. They do have that powdery feel. So when you first put them on, you feel a little slip. It actually reminds me of a more finely milled version of the Hermes Lip Enhancer. So when I talked about the Suku Sheer Matte lipsticks, I mentioned how those kind of felt like a mix between the lip enhancer and a lipstick. Well, these feel more like the lip enhancer, a little bit more emollient than the lip enhancer, but it has that same texture, but it feels more finely milled. When I use the Hermes lip enhancers, I do feel a little bit of that powdery texture going on. With these lipsticks, I don't feel that. However, when I do have a sheer layer on and I don't have a bunch of product for, you know, like build up to kind of move around when I press my lips together, if I'm using a sheer layer, I do feel that they feel like they've got powder on them, if that makes sense. You know, it has that dry feeling of powder, not dry like dried out. And I have to say, I've been wearing these all week and they have not put my lips in any worse condition or anything like that. Actually, I think they have actually held up to the hydration claim in the sense that they have kept my lips in the same level of hydration that they were there before. I wouldn't say that it's going to be reparative or ultra hydrating or anything like that, but it's not drying, if that makes sense. So I find them very comfortable to wear. They feel like pretty much nothing on your lips, and I really like them. And one of the things I like about these is that I do find them very wearable, depending, you know, with any of the layers that I want to put on. So whether I want to use 1 layer, 2 layers, or 3 layers, I think they all look good and they're very easy to do. Now, one thing to note is Givenchy lip products do have a fragrance. Some people like it, some people don't. If you are not familiar with the Givenchy lipstick fragrances, you know, you might want to check that out first if fragrances are problematic for you. This is like a vanilla floral fragrance. I don't find it bothersome and I don't taste it. So it's not something I smell while I'm wearing it. You know, when I first open it up and I bring it closer to my nose, I can smell it, but I can't say that I notice the fragrance while I am applying it or wearing it. So that's kind of how the fragrance is for me, but everybody is, you know, every scent is very individual and how you smell it is a very individual process. You know, everybody's got slightly different receptors and everything. So, you know, if fragrance is something that bothers you, definitely, you know, smell them out. But if you're familiar with Givenchy lipsticks, it's the same fragrance as the others. So all in all, I have to say, I really love this new lipstick formula. I love the packaging. I love the formula. I love the colors. I'm very, very happy with these. I love the fact that they are refillable. These are going to be a new favorite for me. I can definitely see myself wearing these a lot during the fall and the winter because they are so incredibly comfortable. And, you know, they're just really easy to change up your look, add some gloss if you want, and so forth. But I have to say, I really do love these. So as I mentioned, Christy Noga, thank you so much for sending these to me. She was kind enough to send me these shades. I am going to purchase some more because I love these that much. So I already have a list going of which ones I want to purchase when they restock. So yeah, I will leave Amber's information down below in the description box. That is where I'm ordering from. If you're interested in ordering from her as well, feel free to do so. So I will leave her phone number as well as her Instagram account. So you can just DM her on Instagram. And if you are interested in the Givenchy holiday collection, she's the one you want to contact for that right now. It will be coming to other retailers later on as well, but they have the exclusive. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have picked these up and tried these out, I'd love to hear what you think. And if you pick them up in the future, please be sure to follow up with me and let me know what you thought of them. I'd love to know if you guys are interested in these and, just in general, what do you think of this new sheer matte lipstick trend in general? So I'm honestly pretty excited about it. And I was never really a matte fan until recently. And even now, it's only certain mattes because I do find them to be pretty drying on the lips. So these sheer mattes, I feel, are going to be much more comfortable to wear. And I'm very excited. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this or found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I hope to see you very soon. Have a great day and stay safe and healthy.